Hey you! Are you a fan of my videos? Well, be sure to grab some merchandise, linked down in the description below. All fans who wear a t-shirt or hoodie and send me a picture of them wearing it over Instagram or Twitter will be featured at the end of my future animations. So get one while you still can. Now enjoy the video. We've all got that one special crush on that certain someone. But sometimes with having a crush, we also get crushingly uncomfortable situations. Hey everyone, it's me, Jordan of TheFearRaiser, and welcome to RaiserVerse, the show where we animate your stories and bring them to life. Be sure to leave your stories on our subreddit page or through the email, both down in the description below, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe for great content and animations every week. Plus, we're super close to 1 million subs, so hit that subscribe button to be a part of the celebration when we get there. Today, we count down our top 5 picks for our most awkward crush encounters that were submitted by you guys. Starting at number 5, My Friend Told My Crush I Liked Him, by Kawaii Chocolate Bar. Nice.
So, Jane was my best friend, whom I told my crush was. Let's call my crush, Brandon. He had a girlfriend too. Jane had told him on Snapchat that I liked him, and he wasn't weirded out at all by it. But he was like, no. Flat out, no. I fell into this state of feeling like no boys would ever like me. It wasn't like a depression, but I felt singled out. Literally. All of my friends had boyfriends, but I didn't. Later, Brandon's girlfriend found out that I had a crush on him and she was pissed. She walked up to me with her freaking huge hoop earrings and her heels and slapped me in the face. It hurt like hell, but I didn't show it. After that, I backhanded her and she started screaming like a girl. Come on. Then the principal came out and he was all like, blah, blah, blah. What's the meaning of all of this? Why did you do that? But really, I didn't care, and I still don't. My mom wasn't mad at me because she knew what that girl was saying to everybody, so she was pretty happy I did it.
This next story is by Shade Blackout. So, this was back in year 7. I had been at my new high school for about 5 weeks now, and I managed to get myself a girlfriend. So a couple of days passed of us dating. We were walking around town and I had to go to the washroom. Luckily, there were public cubicles in the town park. So I went to the washroom, and when I came out, I saw my girlfriend kissing another guy. This caught me by surprise. When I walked up to her, I asked her, "What are you doing?" She just looked at me and said, "Who are you?" And at that moment, my heart was just shattered.
At number 3, My First Fight for a Girl, from Super Saiyan Blue 1231. When I was in 9th grade, I met this girl. Let's call her Mikasa. So me and Mikasa had almost every class together, and we were partners in every class we could be in. We talked a lot every day, and I just loved the way she spoke. But unfortunately, this one guy had decided to change classes the next semester and was looking at me some kind of way when I was around her. At this time, I was a cocky kid. So one day, when he gave me an uncomfortable look, I asked him if he had a problem. He said, "Yeah, what you gonna do about it?" And at the time, Mikasa was right beside me. The teacher went out because something serious had happened, so anything could happen at this point. I looked at Mikasa, and he started giggling. I said, "What's so funny?" And he said, "You." At that point, I was confused and angry, so I pushed him. He staggered, then caught his balance and said, "I know you didn't do that." And then he lunged at me and hit me in the nose. It started bleeding, and I was shocked. Then he got on me and kept pounding me, and kept doing it until the teacher came back in and said, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" He told the teacher I had started the fight, and I got suspended for 6 weeks. All because I pushed him. When I was home, Mikasa wouldn't answer my texts or phone calls, and when I came back to school, she would not speak to me, and that got me down.
This next story is by Squirrely Studios. Squirrely says this all happened when she was in 7th grade. She had just got over this one guy that she had a crush on because she thought she could be independent. She was friends with a lot of people at the time. She met this one girl named Emma through a friend of hers. Her, Emma, and her friend would hang out a few times after school, but mostly in school. One day, Emma introduced Squirrely to her brother Ethan. They all started hanging out with Ethan, even though he doesn't like his sister that much. Squirrely started to figure out that she had a lot of common with this guy. Squirrely and this guy liked the same shows, they both liked to be in the band. Basically, the only thing that was different was that he was in 8th grade, but no one really cares for stuff like that. So Squirrely says she would text Ethan all the time, and she started to get a crush on him. And then the unthinkable happens. He had asked her who was her crush. They started texting each other, playing 20 questions because they were bored. She tried to stall the best she could, but she just came back to the question. She says she had clues, but to her surprise, there aren't very many Ethans in the 8th grade as she thought. After about a good 30 minutes, Squirrel starts to feel bad, so she tells him sorry, because she had already knew that Ethan was already dating this one girl named Rowan. A week after, another one of her friends that knows Ethan comes up to her. This was the one friend that had told her a secret about liking Ethan too. She had told Squirrel that Ethan and his girlfriend Warren had broke up in front of Warren's locker. She was questioning why would he do that because Warren was so nice. Popular girl. A couple of days later, Ethan had walked up to Squirrel and he wanted to ask her something. Ethan said, "Do you want to go out with me?" Squirrely says she was screaming on the inside, but she wanted to really act chill. She had a slight pause, and eventually she said yeah. Her and Ethan started laughing about it since Ethan's other girlfriends were like super peppy about the question. So yeah, they started dating. It didn't last that long, but Squirrely says she likes to call him her first boyfriend.
And just for the sake of, people getting crushes and crushed on, we've got a story here submitted by the user Biohazard Carl about how he actually almost got crushed with a funny ending. And he says, "I was at a dirt bike race almost 3 years ago. I rode a CRF 450 and I was 9th out of the 20 people on the track. Being really happy about my current position, I forgot to jump properly with the bike at a takeoff to a jump and landed a bit too short. I landed okay, but there was this nasty rock hidden behind a track bump, and of course I had to hit it, not intentionally. So what happened was I got thrown off my dirt bike and landed hard on the ground. According to my dad, my bike had also flipped and landed about 1 feet away from me and bounced over me. I was lucky enough to only end up with a broken leg. Also, when I got escorted to the ambulance, I was given some morphine to stimulate the pain. I got so high I told my dad his ash black cap looked blue." Well guys, there we have it, another episode of Raiserverse brought to us by you guys and your stories. If you guys want your chance to get your story featured in the next Raiserverse episode, be sure to not only leave a like and subscribe, but to also submit your stories to the subreddit page and the email down below. Thank you guys for watching, and while I've got your attention, don't forget to check out the other great videos on this channel, and of course the other animations as well, and don't forget to check out Coolie Sushi for being the guy to bring this video to life. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.